how y'all are. It's Cajun Wednesday. We're hanging out with Cory. Over the last few weeks, I've been getting a few comments that I have a lot of new listeners and people don't know who Cory is. And they think I should introduce Cory. I don't think I should. I think that Cory remains the international man of mystery.
I like it.
And we don't introduce him. And we just let people wonder who the hell the guy is that shows up every Wednesday.
I'm just a dude disguised as another dude playing another dude.
Who, when he gets excited, nobody can understand.
That is a hard fact. Oh, I wanted to tell you, you'll love this. You'll appreciate this. So me and my wife and some of our best, thanks, Andrew. Me and my wife and two of our best friends and their in-laws, we all went to the Florida Keys from Friday until Monday. We love, like, no kids, just adults only type trip.
He's literally some guy named Cory. Literally.
It's like Lito was here whenever we were just right before we went live. But anyway, we flew out Friday, got there, and we did a sunset cruise Friday night in Key Largo, right? Go on a boat, takes you around the water, and when I watch sunset over the water, it's beautiful. And it's the first time it's ever happened to me that there were 6 of us there. We're all from South Louisiana. I am from the most South Louisiana out of this entire group, right? You know how I sound. And it was the first time we were ever in a group like that, and somebody else got accused of having an accent. And I went, did he just say Amy talks funny? Like the kids that were driving the boat from Florida were like, where are you from? And she said, Louisiana. And he said, you have a strong accent. And we were all talking. You know me. It's not like I had my mouth shut by any stretch of the imagination. I leaned over. I told Jennifer, I said, that's never happened. That's never happened to me ever in the history of ever.
Never been
got accused of having a heavy accent, and it wasn't me.
Just for the new listeners, I will tell you, Cory's just a friend.
Just a dude.
And we met through the show. He was in the chat. He qualified for Masters Fitness Championships, which is close to me. I'm in Ohio. That was in Indiana. I was going up for that. And his roommate had a last minute cancellation. He said, hey, dude, you can stay with me for the weekend. So I went up. We hung out for a weekend in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and became fast friends. And now we hang out every Wednesday on this show. And what I love about Cory is by the time Wednesday comes, coming up with topics is tough, right? When you do a daily show, I'm learning that topics for every single day get a little rough. Wednesday rolls around, Cory comes on, and he's a dude that if I just pull the string on his back, he will talk and talk and talk and talk, and he will fill my lunch hour for me if I don't have the juice on a Wednesday, and that gets me then to Thursday, Friday.
I'm the hump day hero.
Yes. Hump day hero. That I don't know if that goes with the where's it at?
The lap.
No, yeah, it is the lap. Oh yeah. The time Scott slept with Cory, yeah. Hump day hero, the guy, yeah.
100%. 100%. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Let's not forget, give Fort Wayne is due, the thriving metropolis that is Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Dude, I actually love it for competition. The venue is awesome.
The venue is badass.
The venue is awesome. But when you finish your night, there is no place to eat.
No.
No place.
There's at least 5 different guys that drive for Uber there. And I know that because we got the same guy 3 times.
Dents needs to report on this, that Scott and Cory slept together one night. 2 nights, actually.
2 nights, yeah.
2 nights.
It'll be 2 nights. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So that's all it is. It's nothing weird. I mean, it's just really he's my friend, and he's awesome at filling in on Wednesdays and getting us over the hump.
All the way over.
So I know some people want to go off on master's programming. We got a little negative yesterday, and we got a little down in the weeds.
Which part? I would love to know what people are bitching about, because it looks like master's programming. Like, I don't understand.
So here, I will tell you what my co-hosts on Sunday night are.
Oh, I know what
burning up the texts this week. No female must have programmed or must have tested any of this. They're all short. They're all power output. And it's not balanced to figure out who the fittest on earth is.
Yeah, I mean, all the stuff I saw is pretty short. Some stuff with some pretty aggressive time caps.
I think everything is 9 minutes or less, other than the run.
The ring muscle up one is a super aggressive time cap. Like Leo said yes to me yesterday, she practiced it and didn't finish. Yeah, the 1 rep max clean and jerk, good old, whatever you want to call it, good old fashioned 1 rep max clean and jerk seems a bit, I don't say outdated. I like it, but I like doing shit like that. But
and here's the other thing. If it was a 10 event weekend, then adding those monostructural things are fine. An 8 event weekend, now you're getting into that area where you start to skew.
Yeah, 100%.
And Jamie feels the run skews it, even though she knows she probably might win it. Right.
Yeah.
But objectively, she can say this could probably skew the event. And then the clean ladder also.
Yeah, those two things are the two that stand out to me as far as that's concerned. And I would say that have the same concerns, annoyances, or whatever, because there's nothing else to balance it on the other side. A run is not a skill test. A run is just a straight motor test. Who can run the fastest for 4.5 miles or whatever it is.
CrossFit says the cut and the caps feel like they program to their schedule, not to a test. And here's my thing about this, right? And maybe that we have the wrong number going to the games, right? And so there are people there that are just happy to be at the Masters CrossFit Games and are just excited to be there, excited to do the event, excited to show off what they can do. There are other people there to win.
Yeah.
This is their Super Bowl. And for people like the ladder, when it's not balanced programming, it gets frustrating.
Yeah, when you can look at the totality of a test and think
there are 2 more tests, so that some things could shape out a little bit more that have not been revealed.
So do we know that are they going to release those before next week?
I don't know. The finale, I would think the finale would be the last one released, and it may not be released until they get there.
Right.
My guess is the other one will be released.
I wonder if it would make a difference. Well, I know it would make a difference, but how much of a difference it would make, or if it would be even feasible to do the long test into the short test. To do the, you know what I'm saying? Like to do the 7K run directly into, a 7K run, we got a hard cutoff, and then we go directly into the 1 rep max, the clean and jerk.
Sometimes hard to have the long events when you have so many heats to get through due to the number of athletes. So that's what I'm thinking. Do we not have the right number of athletes? Like, they went down from 40 to 30 in most of the age groups.
Yeah, I think
bring that down.
Is it 55 and over where it cuts off?
Yeah, It's either 50 or 55. It's one of those two.
I think it's 55.
Because generally they group them as 49 up for 35 to 49, and then the 50 and up is how they're grouped out. But they're also running a team competition on the side. And is that getting in the way of the fittest on earth test?
It seems like a lot. Like a lot. Logistic wise, judging, like the whole 9 yards. So yeah, I feel like that's limiting in and of itself. Why did they put everything in the same spot? Why is Pitt not still at the Pit? Is that not where it was before?
Well, remember last year they were on the same weekend. Right. You had parents competing and children competing on the same weekend.
Correct.
The teens don't add that many heats. And Andrew said they are putting a collegiate team or collegiate comp together from Pitt that weekend too. I almost think like if you're going to do this, Wednesday, Thursday due to the teams in the collegiate, and then the weekend reserved for just the elite athletes.
Yeah. I don't like having, because it takes away from both sides, right? Especially by the end of the weekend, your judges, your volunteers, your people that make this thing go round and round are going to be slap exhausted. Athletes will be. Athletes just have to do one thing. You just got to get out on the floor and perform for your 9 minutes or less. The people who actually make it count, the people who are sitting there judging people all weekend, changing equipment, doing all of the other things, athlete control, all that kind of stuff, are going to be. It's going to be. I would like to know what the drop off is going to be. Like people who don't show up to volunteer on Sunday because they just didn't wake up because they're too damn exhausted to go through because of all the different things that's going on. Because I feel like people, with that many people competing, you're not just going to be judging teams. You're not just going to be judging masters. You're going to be running back and forth between here, there, and yonder the entire time.
Well, they have 4 floors, so I'm assuming if you're a judge on floor 4, you'll just judge floor 4. Whoever's on it.
A lot, man. Still a lot. That's still a lot. And then having all that there at the same time, so now you're limiting yourself on time, right? I imagine the first call is going to be early in the morning and last call is going to be late at night. All things considered, as far as that's concerned. So
the funny thing is that the older athletes are always the first call because they're usually up 4 a.m. anyway. So
doesn't really matter. I'm at 4:30, 5 o'clock every morning, no matter what. That's a fact.
So they start with the older, and then the younger you get in the age groups, they start later in the day.
If it's just the masters, and you don't have to have the teens on the same weekend, you just don't. There's no reason for that.
Andrew makes a good point. You're saving money on a venue. You're saving money on bringing in volunteers and all of that kind of stuff. And it's only if you're only doing the elite teens, it's only 4 more divisions.
That's still 4 more divisions. So if each division has 20 kids times 2, men and boys and girls, then you're still looking at another 160 people that you got to roll through. I'm assuming they're doing 2 heats each, right? Heat 1 and heat 2. Like that's a lot of stuff to add on, even if it's only 4 divisions. Time-wise, logistics-wise, space-wise. Think about what the warm-up areas are going to look like.
So 2 different warm-up areas, which I thought was a pretty good idea.
That is a fantastic idea.
Here, I have so many thoughts, and I don't want to use a whole show.
Right.
I love my master's community, but I don't want to use a whole show for that because I have some other questions for you. Mm-hmm. And that is that I still haven't got a call or an email to cover this thing at all. So I looked at tickets like, okay, if they don't let me go, I'll just buy a ticket and I'll go in with my camera and I'll do my thing and hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
$280 for the weekend. $280. You cut that in half, I swear to God, you get double the people. How many people are going to say no for $280? Like, that makes me think, like, do I want to go every day now if I don't get media access? Or do I just want to go down for a couple days?
Like, if we, that's a shared Airbnb.
Well,
like that would be my part of an Airbnb for the entire weekend.
Your family has to pay, the family you want to bring have to pay $280 per person. Now, there are some like discounts based on age and whatever. Like kids get in cheaper, young kids get in free, but still, my God.
I have my wife, my son, who, when I make the game, she's going to want to come, and my 7-year-old, who's going to be 8. And by the time I'm 50, it's going to be 9. Like, that's bananas crazy. Yeah, Tristan, it is. We stay at bougie places. That's absurd. That's Amanda's got it. That's the best way to put that. That is absolutely absurd. So that's 2. That's 560. That's $740. Is that right? Something like that for 3 people.
Yeah. I mean, you're just shy of $900. And I don't even know if there's fees on top of that with the ticketing broker, right? Like,
yeah, usage fees.
Well, like Ticketmaster charges you 17 different fees when you buy a concert ticket.
Dude, Competition Corner charged me $15. I think it was 15 or so bucks to register for Legends on top of the Legends registration fee.
You should get ringside table seat for $280 with dinner. Yeah, VIP.
Yeah. Excuse me, Mr. Schweitzer. Would you like to come?
Right.
Would you come this way with me, please? That's insane, dude. That's
Rogue is a lot cheaper, and you're watching elite athletes. That there tells you we got a pricing issue, man.
Let me push back on Lito for just 1 second with one thing. Lito, you are an elite athlete. You just happen to be an elite masters athlete.
Anyway, I think we'll wait and see what the last 2 workouts are, but right now it's not looking balanced. And gosh, I hope I get an email. I sent another follow-up Monday.
That was going to be my next question. So we spent another follow-up Monday, and here's today, Wednesday at lunchtime. Nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
Tell Mark Moss, yes, Mark, if you go shirtless, you will 100% get a discount. That dude's ripped. It's ridiculous.
You want something a little bit brighter?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Just a little sneak peek of what I'm working on.
Oh.
If you're interested.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just us, so it doesn't really matter.
Trying to find it. Here we go.
Truth be told, when I wonder what the future holds, it takes me out of the present. New moon waxing, full moon waning, crescent. Life cycles, teammates or rivals. Social shade of a World War III, the goals always survival. That's nature. Day you're born when you meet your maker. Tears start chasing paper, burning trees or melting glaciers. But truth be told, when I wonder
look at that guy.
It's impossible to process, so I stay focused on my progress.
That's good shit right there, dude.
Working on that right now.
Hattie's so damn cool. The look of absolute stress. Poor Tristan.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I compete a good bit, have been, locally here now in the last 2 years, been, getting out and trying to get in there amongst my peers. And I've also been there to like coach my son while he's competing. Not so much my wife, because she just yells at me. Or just watching my other friends compete and like, yelling at them, whatnot. And it is 1,000% more stressful being on this side of the barricade watching than it is on being out there. Because all I got to do when I'm out there is just be me. Out here, I'm trying to like give everything I can to get them to do better. Bro, it's insane. So yeah, I feel him.
Mark Moss, I take full responsibility for Cory being a badass now.
So fun fact, it might be 3 years ago now. At least 2 years ago, or whatever it was, I get a phone call from Mark or a text on a Monday. He says, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend?" And I said, "Nothing as far as I know. Why? What's up?" He said, "My training partner, 2020, yeah, there you go, 2022." He said, "My training partner got hurt, and we're supposed to be competing in Gulf Coast games on Saturday." He said, "Can you come and like take his place?" I said, "Yeah, let me check with my wife." So I texted Jennifer, like, "Hey, what are we doing Saturday?" Mark just texted me, wants me to know if I can go take his partner's place, whatever. And she's like, "No, we got nothing. That's fine." So I texted him back and I said, "Yeah, cool. I'm in. Sign me up, whatever." I did say beforehand, I am not in competition shape, FYI. Like, I am in just regular everyday CrossFit shape. He's like, "Oh, it's fine, whatever." I told him yes. And then about 10 seconds after that, I realized that I did not ask him which division we were going to be in. Turns out it was RX, which doesn't sound like a real big deal now, but it was RX against Brian Wynn, against Scott Tetlow. As a matter of fact, I think Brian and Scott were on the team. I did get a free t-shirt. Basically a bunch of semi-final level, games level type. And it was like, "Yeah, just come on. It'll be fine." I died about 3 different times that day. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, Billy, he was competing that day. It's fantastic.
So I got 2 things for you. We probably are only going to have time for one.
Hit me with it.
So we either do my Tyson Bagent story, or we do the question. We've been talking about there's top 10 men, and anybody can win it. But
Right.
in that top 10, are there tiers of where the athletes fall?
Yes.
Which one do you want to go?
We get off into the weeds with the other one. Just tell the Bagent story.
All right. So everybody saw that there was a chance that Tyson Bagent was going to be at the CrossFit Games.
Correct.
And I was getting a little giddy at the prospect of getting to meet the backup quarterback for my beloved Chicago Bears. And then I might get a little excited. And could I keep my cool? Well, it turns out the Bears would not let him go to the CrossFit Games. They are knee deep in training camp. It was just before their first preseason game. He was getting the start in that game.
Yep.
Yes, Ed, I was jazzed. So anyway, the weekend's going. I'm head down, doing my work, barely eating like I always do, doing my stuff. And Sunday rolls around, and I decide like I'm gonna watch the last couple events at the arena and shut down the stuff. So
yeah.
So I go up the escalator. And at the top of the escalator is Andrew Hiller, who is being mobbed by fans. So I run over and I just wanted to say hey, because I hadn't seen him all weekend.
Right.
So I kind of like dip in and just tap him on the shoulder and say, Andrew, I just wanted to say hi, heading into the arena, blah, blah, blah. He goes, no, come here. And he gives me a hug and all this stuff. And he goes, what I want to do, I'm sorry that I had it all set up for you to meet Tyson Bagent. I just wanted, but I can't do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record something and I'm going to send it to him. So here we go. And he pulls out his phone. He's like, let's go. Hey, Tyson, remember that guy I told you about? Like, he's right here. Blah, blah, blah. What do you got to say? And I'm like, bear down. I never say bear down, dude. Never. Like, it is the call of the Bears fans. But like, never something that I say.
Right.
So I didn't know it was going to happen. I didn't know he was recording me. And I totally froze in the moment. And I blew my shot to be cool at all on this video. And afterwards, I'm sure Hiller was just like, well, I ain't sending that one over.
Thank God I sent that.
Because that ain't good.
Holy shit, that's funny.
I'm just like, what were you thinking, dude? Like, just take a breath.
The problem is
it's a video. Hiller knows how to edit.
Yeah.
If I can just get something decent out.
Look, just
blew it up.
Well, the problem is
look like a 12-year-old kid going, bear down, man.
The problem is, as soon as he pulled it out and said, I'm going to send this to Tyson, you got so jazzed. You could not contain yourself at that point, and you just like, bear down. I don't even know what to say. And
I even think I did the thumbs up. Like, yeah, dude.
So good, dude. That's so good. Bear down.
Oh my God.
FYI, that's the first time I've ever heard bear down. I did not know that was. I mean, obviously I'm not a Chicago Bears fan, so that's like Saints fans yelling, "Who dat?"
I think I lost 60 IQ points in about 5 seconds. Yeah, it
Roughly.
is. It is just like who dat.
Yeah.
Bear down is when you're walking in Chicago and it's game day, everybody's like, bear down, back and forth.
That's absolutely hilarious. He did 12-year-old Scott. You understand?
Yeah. It's like every guy on a first date, pretty much. In those moments, do you think your true inner child comes out? It came out and it jumped right on the spectrum.
Like on one end or the other at that point.
Yep.
Not anywhere in the middle.
Sounds like when Chris Farley met Paul McCartney on SNL. Exactly. Only I didn't even get to meet him. It was just recording something to send to him.
To send to him.
I wasn't even really meeting him.
I hope to God that Hiller actually sent that. That would be some quality content right there. And to get, or just not even that, like next time that they're in the same place, show him that video and get Bagent's reaction whenever you're sitting there.
Yeah. 50-year-old guy going, beer down, man.
Yeah. Bagent's like, okay, yeah. Good job there, big guy.
Jody Lynn, if you got a second chance, what would you say? Honestly, I've been thinking about that. One thing is I would not say bear down.
Let's go ahead and strike that off the list right now.
That is a guarantee. The one thing that I would say probably is just I would talk to him about what an inspiration he is to drag himself up as an undrafted free agent to being one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league and potentially getting his shot as a starter in the near future. It's a total inspiration. He inspires me every day. That would have been a much more eloquent and a cool way to say something to him. than doing the double thumbs up with a bear down. Ken Walters' skull. Yeah, I hate that chant. And it's so loud. I'm supposed to hate the Packers the most, but I really hate the Vikings, man.
Oh, is that what they do?
Hate the Vikings.
Is that what they do? I don't. Growing up, like it was the Falcons and the Cowboys. That's the only people we did not like. We actively hated.
I don't like the Packers. Like I don't. But they're supposed to be the biggest rivalry for the Bears.
Right.
Man, when I was growing up as a kid, it was like back in the Chris Carter, Jake Reed days of the Vikings, and they were always competitive and always on prime time with the Bears.
Oh,
how much do we need to Venmo Hiller to see this clip?
I am assuming it's not that much. If I know Hiller at all, he'd probably do it for free.
I mean, I had to look like the biggest doofus ever.
We found this special needs kid, and he's really a big fan. Here's a video.
Everybody thought it was like I was a Make-A-Wish kid.
Yeah. Oh, Make-A-Wish kid he looks grown. Jesus Christ. He's got a beard. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. That's probably all it would take, Mark, is a C4.
Man does love C4.
Utterly ridiculous. I think I have blown my shot to ever meet Tyson.
FYI, we made a good choice because that's way more fun than debating the pros and the hypothetical top 10 in peers on the.
Actually, I misread the time. I think we can probably do that one too.
Okay. So we're looking at the theoretical hierarchy of the top 10 and if they are actually tiered. I would 100% say they are.
Let me read the names of who I have as top 10.
Go ahead.
Okay. I think there's 9, but I threw Colton in as a 10th.
Sure.
Okay. Hopper, Sprigg, Ricky, Pepper, Crouch, Adler, Hatfield, Mertens, Medeiros, Roman.
So I would say, I mean, obviously you got to put the champ in there. I would say
the first question is, do they all have equal shot at winning the CrossFit Games again? Or are there tiers? Are there tiers of these individuals within that 10?
I would say so. I think both things can be true. I would say some have a better chance of winning than others do, based on performances just this past weekend and not this past weekend, over the, from the games this year and the past couple of games. I think Sprague is the real deal. So is Hopper. So is Pepper. And I would probably throw Ricky. My problem is that Ricky's not getting any younger. Neither is Roman.
Tier 1 for me: Hopper, Sprague, Pepper, Ricky.
No.
Exact match.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I don't know how long Ricky stays in that top tier, but he's in it right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we speak.
Yeah. And then
and I ended up with 3 tiers, just to let you know.
I could see that. I would put probably Roman, Hatfield. Why can I never remember the Canadian's name?
Adler.
Adler. And that next 3, and then Colton and.
So I only had 2 in my tier 2.
Mm-hmm. Ricky, Roman, and
nope.
No, Hatfield.
Way off now. It was Hatfield and Jay Crouch.
Hatfield and Crouch. And then the last three is I would have those three in there just because I think Roman belongs there. Like I still think even though he's getting a little bit older, he's got all the pieces. He just needs to basically have a weekend where everything goes his way.
Yeah, my tier 3 is Medeiros, Adler, Roman, Mertens.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like a 4-3-3 as far as the 10 is concerned with Medeiros. Jesus Christ. Colton. I need to have it written down so I can actually see it. Medeiros, Colton, and whoever else is the other one. Jay Crouch probably being in the third in the bottom three.
Did you see Munweiler on Coffee Pods and Wads?
Not yet, but I want to. I've been meaning to. I just with me being out of work Friday and Monday, I've been trying to get caught up. So I haven't been able to watch a whole lot of stuff.
He said that Adler had a back injury.
Really?
Into this year's games, and he suspects he may have had an injury in last year's games. Said that Laura definitely had a back injury last year, and leaving was not a moral issue, but it was a way to
justify her leaving.
Yes, it was an out for her because her back was not going to hold up.
Wow. So instead of admitting that she was hurt, well, no, I'm leaving.
Munweiler said that was a fact.
Man,
he knew that for a fact. The Adler stuff it was guessing on.
That changes a lot of. I'm gonna have to go watch that. And here's the thing, dude. Monday has no reason to lie.
When
or make any of that kind of stuff up
from the program, it's out on Reels. That someone on the program left HGH in the fridge of an Airbnb when they had their training camp.
Was that what so I heard people talking about HGH, but I didn't know what that was about. Wow.
So Munweiler was on fire yesterday. Or whenever he was on.
Whenever it was on. I saw that the thumbnail with his face on it, and I just didn't realize that's what he was talking about.
So my thought with Adler is if you have a back injury, and those are like I am the king of back injuries.
It's hard to work. You can't work around it.
No. And I just think that if you have one of those, you're probably dropping down the tiers. Right. So that's why I had him in 4. And Justin is just kind of coming back. So I don't think he's moved up into those top tiers. And I saw Ed say that if I swapped out Ricky for Hatfield, I had a good top 5. I only had 4 in my top 1. And then Hatfield is right there in tier 2. But Hatfield hasn't done anything yet for me to move him into tier 1.
Same.
There's a lot of smoke and there's a lot of talk and there's a lot of, but I don't have the evidence to move him to tier 1 yet.
No.
I would say Jay Crouch has a better resume to move to tier 1 than Hatfield, but I put them in the same level.
I could see it like if you're putting them as it'd be like a 5 and a 5A, or a 5A and a 5B, whatever you want to call it. Like,
yeah,
almost interchangeable at that point. But I would say I would definitely probably agree with you. Jay seems to have more evidence. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, if you're in the same tier, it's all interchangeable in there.
Yeah. So if you're looking at it, interchangeable. And I think a couple people in the lower 2, I think my top 4 is my top 4. Like, I don't give a shit what anybody else
agreed on the top 4.
You're on the top floor. That's it. Like but I think there's a couple of guys in my bottom 2 parts that are like right there, could go in one or could go in the other one. And I think Jay Crouch and Hatfield kind of fall in the same category as far as that. Just from what I saw last weekend, like, and I know that we've said this a couple different times, but the men's side this year was incredibly fun to watch.
It was
incredibly fun to watch because You didn't know what the hell was going to happen at any given point in time.
And very clearly, these tiers are based on right now, today.
Right now, today.
Not next season, because age is going to factor in more on Roman and on Ricky. And
Ricky's liable to separate his shoulder riding his bike again.
Yeah.
You know, or
I want to see how like the other stuff plays out this off season.
Absolutely.
Before I would commit to this for next season. This is really just right now in this moment.
Who's going to do what? You know, is somebody going to hurt themselves at the WTF over the weekend? Is somebody going to somebody going to go to Crash and like absolutely dominate? Is somebody going to like, there's a whole lot of stuff that doesn't matter because it has not happened yet. No, I'm with you on that. That's my 100%. If I had to say it right now, then yeah, that's how I feel about it right now. I know I said this last week, but I think a lot of people still owe James Sprague a pretty big apology just for the show that he put on, especially the hard charging on Sunday, dude. Like that was incredible to watch. Absolutely incredible to watch. Doing everything that he could do, had to, and needed to get himself back on the podium.
I know earlier, when we were talking about masters programming, someone brought up that that if in the WFP events there's a 2-mile run and they're only a 6 event competition. Well, what I would say to that is 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Right.
And I am losing more and more faith with the organizers of the WFP as we've moved on.
Also, a 2-mile run and a 4.5-mile run is not the same thing. It's just not. I know that. I ran 4.5 miles yesterday morning, and it did not feel like what I would have felt like if I ran 2. Period. Especially not if I'm doing it in a competition setting. Like it's 2 different approaches. It's 2 different workouts at that point. 2 different time domains. It's not even close to being the same thing. But I'm also agreeing with you that, and I would not compare the WFP to the Masters Games because there's no Masters division at the WFP. Are they both high-level elite type events? Absolutely. But I look at the WFP a lot more like a traveling all-star game at this point, right? By invitation only, or you can earn your way there, kind of like in the fan voting for an all-star game type deal. And I don't think people really do. They want to win? Sure. Do they take it as seriously as they do the games? No. And you can't convince me or anybody else anywhere.
Did you see Hiller?
I didn't get to finish it yet.
Critique the more stuff one behind the scenes.
I am about 15 or 20 minutes in.
Oh,
I love him so much. I love him so much because he just comes back and it feels like stuff that I would say because he's just incredulous at the stuff that's going on. Like, really? Like, why are y'all doing this? Like, this is supposed to be a professional production type deal. And
can I say to you that after watching that critique, I am so nervous in my editing of this Hattie cameo behind the scenes. Like, when I put it out there, is it going to get ripped?
Right.
Now, one, I'm not going to have somebody else come in and talk about their experience on the weekend watching Hattie.
Right.
I'm actually only going to put in stuff about Hattie's feelings and her coach's feelings on the weekend.
Yeah. We'll talk to Hattie. We'll talk to Tristan.
Yeah, I'm not going to go get Dylan Malitsky from the floor MC to give me his impressions of Hattie's weekend.
No. You're not going to ask one of your cameramen how they felt about videoing Hattie during a workout. No.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to Hattie.
Yep.
And we're going to talk to Tristan. And maybe even a couple people in their circle, like in their around thing, if they have something interesting to say. But if they don't,
we got a little bit with her boyfriend, Jake.
Yeah, there you go.
But it is primarily Hattie and Tristan.
And look, let me tell you something. I've met Lauren Smith. She's great.
Awesome.
She's an awesome person. There's no reason
about more than her.
Why are we talking to Lauren that much? Why not? Hey, I'm Lauren. I'm working for WFP. I'm doing all the floor announcing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then you might see a clip of her.
Do you think WFP is trying to control the message so much that they don't want to give the athletes more free reign to speak what's on their mind? Right. And they wanted someone that they employ to narrate what happened on the weekend rather than hear from the horse's mouth?
You nailed it. You nailed it. It's that do as I say, not as I do type deal. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to this hand. Never mind what this hand's doing. That's what it feels like, right? Instead of, oh, no. I know what you think, what you saw, but I'm telling you what you actually saw.
I did not find it enjoyable. I'm glad you did. We all like different content. I felt like it was too late for a tour stop. They treated the documentary like it was a games or a championship level competition. This was just tour stop 1. It would be like doing a behind the scenes of the Syndicate Crown. It just didn't win me over. No, I'm glad you liked it. And listen, Tour Stop 2 is coming, and I've been hard on the content creation of WFP, but I'm going to watch it. I'm going to see who does well. I'm going to see how the events play out. I thought that the Tour Stop 1 was enjoyable to watch as a sporting event.
The stuff I got to see, I actually got to watch. It looked cool to watch.
But the content creation around what they do is what I just can't. I was a bit late, but respectfully, they published it after the games. They released it during the games.
Yeah, I thought so. Speaking of the games and content creation, did you see the announcement for the 2025 documentary on the games page?
I didn't.
I shared it yesterday. I meant to send it to you. I forgot. Oh, if Jenna is in charge of all of that, Miss Haka, I don't know how to say her last name.
Haka.
She needs a raise. She deserves, not even she needs a raise. She deserves a raise because it literally said, "Hey, it's coming. We promised this time."
Yeah, I did.
That it'll be out before next year. And it was just like some clips of them interviewing, I think Dallin Jason, and like it just showed them like interviewing them, and it was like, no, we swear, it's coming.
Yeah, so I'm gonna watch it. I think they've done some things really well. It's my only beef with them has been their content creation and the timing of it and what they deemed to be what they said was going to be new and creative.
I'm going to watch it just because it's on.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing else to do. Like I'm going to watch it literally because it's on.
And I do think them coming into the space push CrossFit in the right direction.
The new media launch has been fantastic. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen it share.
And I'm not sure that we would have had the shakeup without WFP pushing.
Not entirely sure. Can't say one way or another.
You never know, but
right. But I'm with you on that. That
have been pretty phenomenal.
If that's what it took, then so much the better. Does that make sense? Like if that's what it took for them to say, F the quick fix, we are the answer, like, and just embrace the old school CrossFit mentality and vibes that No, dude, like it's not easy. Nobody ever said it was going to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. If that's what it took, then so much the better. God bless him for it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I am enjoying the ever-living shit out of it. Every time I see it, I share it. And I feel like everybody else has too. Because like my feed is full of it. It's fun to watch.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, Jody Lynn, no local boxes in my area have published that on social media. Cory, so disappointing.
Oh, Holly said another Masters workout posted.
All right. And then I got to get back to work.
Let's see.
I'm pulling it up. Here we go. 3, grinding gears.
18 minutes.
We have grinding gears, 60 calorie row, 50 kettlebell hand cleans, 40 toes to bar, 30 double kettlebell thrusters, 20 kettlebell single leg squats. And we cross off. We don't have the details on Instagram.
No, and they're hard to find on
Yeah. So I know what's happening is they are releasing them on Competition Corner and to the athletes through a signal thing that they are all a part of. And so we'll get the details on the weights of that. I'm sure my text string will blow up here in the next few minutes.
I'm probably going to get something too. If I had to, I kind of like that workout.
Yeah, I'm glad it's longer. We needed that longer workout.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we needed to wait for the last 2. We got something a little bit longer. Glad to see that. I just want to see the weights to make sure it's not like a heavy long.
I don't feel like it's gonna be. So when they which one was it with the handstand walk, the double kettlebell shoulder overhead that when Matt Fraser was saying, or no, Pat was saying that as long as his knuckles hit, he knew he was getting a good rep. I want to say that might have been 53s.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. Well, what I'm getting at is I don't know if they would do that for like if we would have 53s for something like that. Maybe, but at 18 minutes long.
The last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is, you know, what's amazing is having this front row seat to these 2 badass studs that are my co-hosts.
Absolutely.
They're in 2 different age groups and they're both testing the workouts and sharing all the information with each other. So I'm getting all this data as it's coming down, like what it looks like, who's finishing, who's not finishing, what the times are. It is fascinating to watch these 2 women go at it and seeing what their scores are. So with that, I truly better get my ass back to work. And you knuckleheads, get your ass back to work too. With that, we will see everybody tomorrow on Lunch with the Clydesdale. Bye, guys.